What's up, guys? Carnivore here. I got a game between TinyDragon and Shrinemaster. My child is awake, so excuse the baby noises if you do hear anything like that. So we have Tiny playing Constructs SP, and we have Shrinemaster playing SP, or STSP, just meta. So Shrinemaster starts out with the Harbinger. It's a nice deployed going top, but Tiny also counters with the Cyclopian Firecase, which is annoying enough for the Harb to deal with. It will be in the font at the same time. We have the Symbiote going down to the bot side to get his font, and we have a Frostwing Glaive applying the hunted condition to him. Tiny also plays a Cyclops Rock Shaper. So this top font is going to be under contention next turn. Middle font will also be contested, so Tiny will be up a font. Depending on if Shrinemaster can play anything to threaten this bot side, you might just see a weird split map scenario here. But more than most likely, we'll just see Tiny retain his bot font, and there'll be contention up here and here. The Glaive is a pretty good unit. Deceptively tanky against ranged champions for sure. And just decent statted. Good damage, decent speed, good health, has defense, so all the boxes are ticked for a good champion. We'll see the contention from the Firecase here. And he turtles right away to avoid eating just 20 damage for free, so that he gives another turn to the Firecase. He'll probably end up swapping. Oh no, okay. So he's gonna keep the Harb up there. I would, yeah, suspect he's gonna put a relic down and just move out. Because there's no way that he's gonna, I don't know, deal with this Firecase efficiently, so he needs more active forces in the bot side here. Or the middle font, sorry. Tiny plays a Chieftain, so this is a decent ranged unit, or unit with ranged attack, sorry. It scales very well, has anti-spell. Okay, and then Tiny uses the Chuck Mangle Totem and the Sonic Roar, or not the Sonic Roar, the Binding Chains to lock in the Glaive. And now, with this Firecase being left alone up here, he can just kind of reroute him as well. And so now he can leap over here, and then be able to get into this font next turn. Forcing Shrine to kind of play back and forth. Well, that totem was actually really nice, because it ended up hitting the Harb. So he'll expend his AP to kill the totem. And most likely attack the Symbiote, so he gets the Decaying, so that regen 3 is now dealing 3 damage per turn. So not bad. I have a War Wizard as well. So Tiny's definitely set up, and he's got the Nora advantage. So it's going to be interesting, because Shrinemaster can't really, I don't know, turtle and draw this game out, because Tiny is definitely forcing. So he has to answer effectively to get rid of some of the threats so that he can sit back and build up a little bit more. Snow Spinner is pretty good. It's a good way to stall out some of these units, but there's a lot of passive, or not passive, AoE damage and other things like that, so the Snow Shroud might not be as valuable, but it does have a heal, so there's that. So Firecase can contest now. He could also, I don't know, bomb. Probably not here. He's just gonna use the Sonic Roar. Probably the Magical Bomb as well. You can also get the attack off. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so we'll see the fire case get into this top font now. It's super annoying to deal with. I mean, it's... He can kill it, but he actually can't contest after killing it, I don't think. No. Oh, he can. He can contest and kill this thing, but he has to expend this whole turn getting rid of it. Which is 4 attacks that do not go the way of anything else. Yeah, Shrinemaster's in a difficult position, I would say. This is very hard. Tiny played aggressively. And the fire case kind of shut down any advantage that the Harb would have given him. We'll have binding chains up next turn for... Oh, excuse me. Tiny next turn. As well as access to cast Alacrity, so this glaive is most likely going to die. Oh, we'll actually see a kill on the symbiote. So that's pretty big. He doesn't get the glow, but I don't think Tiny can either immediately. He will actually give up control of this font for that. And he'll eat a pretty decent Annihilate as well as the Fire Aura, so that's going to be 18 damage coming out of this fire case. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was it worth it in the end? Like, the glaive lives, but... Tiny can also just deploy. God, excuse me. Another one. Another symbiote. Now that he has 3 fonts. If he's drawn it anyways. Any big unit with lots of HP. Interesting he didn't go for the Annihilate. I guess squeezing another turn out of the fire case. He plays a Lurker, probably in this top font, I would imagine. And in the end, he can move up out of this font to go take this. But most likely just stay in the battle because there's no point. He expended a resource to contest. So. Yeah. Tiny's definitely in a commanding spot here. You can see this glow picked up, which is pretty good for Shrinemaster. It means he might actually get to deploy. Probably just be... Okay, so he uses the furry hat on the snow spinner, interestingly. Just to get rid of the distract, though. I don't really see why. Oh, okay, well, I mean, he dealt 20 damage, but is that gonna matter? He can... Okay, he still gets to deploy, which is good. Good for him, at least. The furry hat on the snow spinner is really, really bad, though. I mean, like, really bad. So, cannot see and annihilate now either because of the snow. I mean, you can hit it at the max range, but see a pull, dispel, and a kill for sure. Yep, so Glaive's dead. Oh. He'd be dead with an Annihilate if he moves here. I don't think he needed the Alacrity, but... I mean, this guy's not really gonna... He's gonna hit all of them regardless there. He could have saved the Alacrity. Yeah, it would have hit everything. So this Lurker is in the font somewhere. Oh, it has Constriction, okay. Well, we can just see a Leap and a Flame Burst, and I'm pretty sure he can cliff this thing. Or Gale Force, okay. Could he not have cliffed it? I'm like 100% certain he could have. Is he going to contest with the Snow Spinner? I don't see why you would save AP there. Might not be a bad idea to take your top font. Attack and take your top font. He's not gonna get... yeah, he can get the kill. Okay, but I don't understand why do you use Flame Burst either. None of this is really making any sense, but is what it is, I guess. So he gets his top font back. Tiny's just going to heal up with the Staff of Ascendance. Well, he's starved Shrinemaster resources, but he's still managing to hold on. But this advantage is going to start to snowball pretty heavily now. And we can see War Wizard threaten topside as well if Harp decides to go up there, so another wasted effort to try and reclaim his font. Like, he could have had it this turn and forced the wizard, or the War Wizard, up there. Because either way, it's one turn of having your font, and you're going to secure this kill regardless, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just an inevitability. And this turn, Harp would have been at least active, getting down here. Like, if this font's going to be under contention regardless, taking it the turn prior and then having Harp back down here for the turn following, this next turn, after Tiny probably moves in, would probably be a lot better than doing it the other way around. Because, I mean, he was going to get that kill regardless. There's no way the that Lurker lives. But now he's setting up for a really chunky magical bomb. And War Wizard's just going to go top anyways. Yeah. So, the decision making was questionable there. You always expect more out of good players, like, well, quote-unquote good players, like Shrinemaster. Like, he's definitely not a bad player. Stuff like that is always just, like, interesting to watch, because it seems quite obvious, but I guess not. So, the Chieftain does a total of 36 damage, which can be nullified if he has like a Crystal Phoenix or something, but he does get the Chocomangle Totem off as well, which isn't going to do a lot because he did move around. And the Rock Shaper might now die because of this. There most likely is a divert on it, now that I'm thinking about it, but... And we just see another Chieftain plate as well. So if he had, like, Gale or something here, it would be nice and tasty, but... I don't think he has the facilities for that. So there's the Phoenix, like I said, which nullifies the Magical Bomb. And he's just gonna kill the Mangle Totem. And this is just buying time. Right, he's expending all this AP to kill a relic that... I mean, would do a decent amount, but it's not much else he can do, to be honest. He could have killed the Rock Shaper for sure in this situation. Okay, so the Hoonigan eats, or the Hoonigan eats the divert. I think Tiny's fine with the War Wizard sitting up there. Like, it's a decent range unit, but Dissipate is kind of awkward. And he's probably just going to wait for Pull to be back up for it to be back in this main fight anyways. And he always has the Vicious Harpoon, so there is that. And he'll Dispel again. Okay, Magical Bomb on 2. There's the Dispel coming. Get rid of the Snow Shroud. This is a... Oh, so it bugged out. Because there's weird interactions like this in this game where you have 2 sources of Shroud being applied. So the game ends up thinking it's like a permanent thing. I'm not sure exactly why this happens, but I've noticed it with witches sometimes. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so he Slavers Whips the Harbinger, which will most likely see Cliff next turn with, like, I don't know, Earthquake or something. Or Avalanche, sorry. Yeah, I'm not really sure what Shrinemaster can do in this spot now. He can Flame Blast if it's up. Okay, and that's a perfect kill on the Rock Shaper. So, I mean, there's some reprieve there, but in the end, I don't think it's really going to matter. Depending on what happens with the Whirling Stones, it could be a little more detrimental here, but I think it's too little too late. He kind of got starved out and pushed back. The Fesh will not die. So the knockback does hit this Chieftain. Just took the more direct line instead of going 2 up, 1 left. It just took 3 forward. So there's the War Drum. We'll definitely see a big counter swing here. I don't think Magical Bomb is up. I think it's 1 more turn. There's Spike put on Mika. Okay. So everything has an increased range. I did not know. So this is bugged. It has size large, it also gains tactician. So Spike is just applying to everything. Well, that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's a good game for sure. Oh, if champions... Oh, okay, I see. GG.